Hello, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, you're more than welcome to join us. So this is episode 3 from the Takoyaki shop update, and each episode I create a specific product for my next shop update. So in the first episode I created die-cut stickers, and the second episode I created an art recipe print, and for this episode I'm creating clay pins and another product too. So if you want to follow up the journey, check out the past 2 episodes so you can have full view of the shop updates. So I chose this white dry clay to make the clay pin, and I've already worked with it before and I made some clay pin and it worked just fine for me. So I don't have tools that's specifically for like sculpting the clay, so I'm rolling the clay with this Dettol spray, and I saw other people like use like a hairspray or like even a jar, so you can choose whatever you want. And I saw a lot of people using chopstick as a measurement of the thickness, and that really helpful. So I was gonna spread the whole clay to make all the clay pins, but if you can see here, the chopstick that I have is like from the beginning it's a little bit thick and it's getting thinner at the end, so that create uneven surface for the clay pins, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to have like almost the same thickness, so I just decided to get smaller pieces and only use it at the end of the chopstick to have like a similar thickness and cut little pieces from that. And I like this method better because I feel like I have more control over the thickness and just to have an even surface. So after that, I want to smooth out the surface. Usually I use some water. I dip the tip of my finger with water and I try to like smooth the surface. And then after I dry out, I use sanding paper to get smoother surface. But to be honest, I found this sanding process so frustrating and I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. So I did some research and I found that some people use either acetone, like 100% acetone, or rubbing alcohol to smooth out the surface. And I tried that out and it was so much easier. I really love it and it gives a really nice smooth surface. I want to make like another clay product, but I just feel like I don't want to give myself extra work. That's gonna take extra time. That's gonna delay the shop update. So I'm gonna stop here because I love giving myself extra work. That's why things take extra time. So I feel like clay pen are more than enough. Yeah. Yes, here is me ignoring all the things that I just said. I really have a nice idea and I want to make it come to life, so I'm gonna take the extra time to make it. Yeah, so basically what I'm making is like a takoyaki sculpture, just like the illustration I have. So if you can see these illustration, I'm kind of combining them, but only like the takoyaki. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna make him. So I'm rolling them into big ball, and sculpting these took a little bit of time because I really have to press hard to make them rounder and more smoother. So my hand definitely hurt after that. So my respect goes to all these people who make clays because it's really a whole workout.
お母さん、お話折れてっちゃった。 마셔요. 자자자자 앉아. 그래 아버지도 없이.
아드님에게 농장을요?
아시다시피 우리 아들이 몸이 성치가 않아서
For some reason, I'm not able to publish the translation. I need to re-upload it again because I've been trying since yesterday and it would not publish the translation. And I am tired. I've been trying all day yesterday and now I feel like I'm just wasting time on editing a video. Not even editing, uploading a video. I feel like I want to cry, but I don't have time for that because I need to paint these. So for the colors, I'm using just the basic acrylic colors because that's what I have and that's what I used in the past. I saw some people like use gouache and other type of paint and I want to experience that for the future, but for now I'm using what I have. I know some people like straight up draw on their clay without like having a sketch before them, but sometimes I do that, but here I was so nervous because I was afraid that I'm gonna miss them and I want them to be almost the same for all of them because I'm selling these and I have to like maintain a certain quality. So there was some fear in there, so I was like, let's just sketch them real quick so I just be a little bit safe. And I did a really nice job. I don't know why I was so scared, but yeah. I found out the most fun part about making clays is the painting process for me. I don't know, I found it so therapeutic and I love it. Sometimes there is some fear because I'm afraid that I'm gonna miss them, especially after spending some time making them and wait for them to dry. But with this simple shape, it was fine, but with other like complicated shapes you have like a bigger fear to ruin them during the process. But yeah, I find like the drawing process is the most fun and the most relaxing.
I think the worst part about procrastination is how it makes me feel. It makes me feel so awful. It's such a terrible feeling. It takes a stressful task and makes it even more stressful. Procrastinating also makes the rest of life feel like a nightmare. You can't enjoy anything when you're procrastinating. Done is to push the deadline. I end up actually completing it on time. Sure. And that's very helpful sometimes.
I'm starting to regret making these. I feel like they're gonna take a long time, but you gotta finish what you started. So I was gonna say I have no option, but to be honest, I have option to completely ignore them, but I feel like I really wanna see them, so I'm just gonna make them. So I was listening to Emma's podcast, and the episode was about procrastination. And that episode just came in perfect timing because it relieved or like explained a lot of thought that I had in this process, and also different aspect in my life or like situation. So she was explaining about causes of procrastination, but one thing that got my attention is sometimes we procrastinate because we have this fear of failure, not just because we are lazy. And I resonate with that so much. Sometimes I really want to do a lot of things, but because I am afraid that I'm gonna fail, I kind of procrastinate a little bit. In my mind, failure equal a waste of time, which is completely wrong. Completely, because I don't like call failure as failure. I want to call them more as lesson, because that's how I learn. Like the majority of time, that's how I learn. Because sometimes, yeah, I learn things, but they do not stick with me until I make a mistake, learn from it. Every time that happened, I remember the mistake. I'd be like, oh, that happened, so I need to do that. It just resonates with you more. So for the clay pins, that's why I did not make them from the beginning. I was scared, but right now making them, I'm not gonna say it's a smooth, relaxing process because there was a little bit of pressure, especially pressure of time, but I will definitely make that again. It was not a waste of time, and I learned so much from that.
They said that he died of a heart attack, evidenced by his history of cardiac issues.
All got away.
All got away. They weren't even arrested the same day for the murder.
The music is already giving me lo-fi with rain sounds vibes, and I'm so into it. Thing, but why not? Evening comfort. Thank you for coming. I know it's a big change of pace. But for when you want us to save them, I just have two yet, so I have storage. Now if they brought them and gather here. I'll be here, so we probably will get this for now. You care, like requests, and it's now Rana help out. Hello, Brassica. Browning Smith needs to work more on the bridge there. Let me just requests.
Glazing is the worst part for me. I can't get myself to do all the steps, but for me, when I think about glazing, it brings me nightmare because it is not a smooth process. For me, glazing is something that I am still learning about. So here I'm using the basic UV resin. I know some people does not like to use UV resin because it's toxic. So you need to be aware of that, and you need to read the safety instruction of using it. There's no safety instruction in the package, which is weird. So be aware, wear some gloves, wear a mask, and open the window. So do your research before using it and be safe. I know you're thinking, okay, if it's not safe, why you are using it? It's because I done a lot of research, and the majority of people use it because it gives the nicest gloss or finish, so that's why I went with it. But to be honest, I'm really thinking or considering like searching for another one, but I'm still looking. So if you have another option, please leave it below because I love to take your recommendation. So here I changed my space because I could not see the complete finish from the table because there was not enough light. So I brought it close to the window but not too close, because if you were close to the sun that will cure the resin or make it a little bit more sticky, so you need to be careful from that. But I just need a little bit of a light source. I usually use a brush to apply the resin, but I saw a lot of people use like toothpicks, so I thought I will try that, and it was good for the flat surface, but to get the edges or the side, it was difficult, so I used a brush for that to apply it. For the takoyaki sculpture, there was a little problem. So I applied like a layer of the resin and I let it dry, and then I was like, I'm gonna flip it to glaze the bottom side, but the resin started to break down and it was a mess. So I like peeled them off, and for some reason they did not harden. Here's some reason why your UV resin might not get hard, and the thing is I still don't know the exact reason because I did the exact same thing for the pins, so yeah, I still don't know. Anyway, for the clay pins, I left that for the next day and I did the same, and the same problem that happened with the sculpture happened on the back of the pins, and I still don't know what's the problem. So I removed that layer using tweezer, and then I clean it using rubbing alcohol, and then repainting the surface, glazing them again, put them in direct sunlight for them to cure. So while they were curing, I was thinking to fix these sculpture, but they were hopeless. I started rubbing them with alcohol, but the paint started to come off, and I rather just start from scratch because fixing them will just take longer time and effort. But since they were hopeless, I thought that would just test one more thing. So I saw some people use these spray seals, so I used them in the past. They were not really good and they are not still really good. They did severe damage to them. I did one layer and it was not smooth and it started yellowing for some reason, and it was too sticky, so yeah, I will not try that again. Anyway, back to the pins. So this is the final result, and they will be like really nice if the back did not peel off, but because the back peeled off, the side kind of peeled off too, and it created these bump and peeling surface, as you can see here. But the front layer was so good, and I'm really sad. So I still don't know if I'm gonna sell them, but if I'm gonna sell them, they will be discounted. I'm still not really sure. I'm gonna think about it. So that's it for this video. I know it was not a smooth process, but I don't know why. When I start filming, things start going down. Maybe because I'm under pressure or like I'm rushing through it. I don't know. All of the steps are like really nice and relaxing, and during those process I was like, I can wait to do more product and experience more with more like design, but the glazing part just destroy everything. So I'm gonna look for other sealing product. I'm gonna test them, and hopefully I can find something that works for me. So that's it for the video. Hope you enjoy it. Subscribe, leave a like if you like it, and don't forget to take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Bye.